Hey friends, Prepared Suburbanite back with you. Well, it's been a week or so since I've done a video, and I just wanted to share with you um, my latest fear that has been whirling around in my mind for a few days. We watched the president's speech the other night, and I thought it was pretty darn good. He, in just 6 or 7 short weeks, he was able to accomplish more in that period of time than the previous administration was ever able to do. And he's closed the border. He's unleashed the Department of Government Efficiency, trying to find all the waste and mismanagement that we're seeing out there. But what it did was it drove home a fear for me that the American people are simply just not ready to withstand a single drop of sacrifice to get this country back on track. Stick around, I'll get into some detail right after this. So we've had 4 years prior to Donald Trump's reelection. We've had 4 years to really understand how far this American economy, this American nation can stray from what it was truly meant to be. While I do have some feelings for the folks that are trying to escape tyranny in foreign countries and they come here to find safety and security, my heart goes out to those folks, and I don't think that's what this is all about. The open border situation that we had for 4 years under the Biden administration was totally uncalled for, and as the president said during his speech, that all we really needed was a new president. And but it really got me to thinking about what are we all going to do to sacrifice to make it better. I think the general population, and I'm looking at the reactions that I see on social media, on YouTube, on Facebook, different places that I will tap into every once in a while just to keep my finger on the pulse of what folks are thinking. And I'm seeing an awful lot of stuff that just doesn't make sense. The Democrat response to Donald Trump's speech the other night was almost comical. We had Al Green waving his cane and doing all that, and the folks that yesterday, the Democrat females that were doing the fight dance out there, I'm not so sure that that is going to do anything to further their cause. In fact, it may do much more for the Republicans and conservatives that are looking to make this country right. But are any of those folks willing to put up with some sacrifice to make this country a better place to be, a safer place to be, where we don't have to worry about illegal criminal aliens coming across our border any longer, that we don't have to worry about fentanyl infiltrating our borders? I don't think that the general public has the discipline or the stamina to put up with the sacrifice that we're going to have to make over the next couple of years to get this country pointed in the right direction. And I'm talking about the effects of the tariffs. I'm watching what's going on in the stock market, and it just seems that it's fear after fear after fear. Every time Donald Trump doubles down on a tariff announcement, the stock market reacts negatively. Well, it kind of goes back to that old adage or old saying that we have to be ready to tighten our belts to exist and survive in the future. And I don't know if the general public has the stamina, the discipline, the wherewithal to really understand and sacrifice what needs to be done to right the ship. We are so far in debt that it's unsustainable, in my opinion. I don't think we can continue to go with the 37 to 40 trillion dollars in our debt, where the interest payments are well over $1 trillion a year. It's not sustainable. So what Trump is doing right now is trying to cut back on the wasteful expenditures of our federal government, and it doesn't certainly feel like everybody's on board with that, because you can see the lawsuits, you can see the Supreme Court, you can see the Democrats in the House and the Senate are trying to overturn everything that he's put into motion here. And I just don't think that these folks, the general voting public, has the stamina and discipline to put up with the sacrifices that need to be. If this was your own home and you were that far in debt and you said, oh boy, we've got to do something about this, dear, looking at the budget, looking at what your expenditures are, and trying to figure out a way to pay down the debt and reduce your expenses, that's what normal people do. And given where we are right now, I don't think that the general public is going to be able to find the courage to do what's necessary. I think they're looking for Congress to pass some sort of law that changes everything and does it overnight, and everything's back on track, that egg prices go down and the price of gasoline and heating fuel goes down, our electric bills go down, our mortgage rates go down. In order for that kind of stuff to happen, somebody has to tighten a belt. And Donald Trump is the guy we elected to tighten our belts for us. And he is fighting an uphill battle all the way. Like to hear what you're thinking, what you've experienced. Just the other day, we filled up our Jeep, and I paid $2.12.9 for gas. Now that's pretty darn good. And yeah, it was a special that was on for our local wholesale club, but $2.12.9 is a whole hell of a lot better than the $3.68 and $3.70 plus that we were paying a year ago for gas. And I think that's a welcome change. I'd like to hear what you're paying for gas in your neck of the woods, but $2.12.9, that was quite the shock for me. So I think there are some positive things going on out there, and I think that we can't solve this problem overnight. We can't solve it with some sort of magical new law that Congress passes. It's just not going to happen that way. These have to be incremental, well thought out changes to our government structure, to our economy, to the way we deal with our monetary discipline in this country. And I'm not convinced, and my biggest fear is that the country is going to abandon this whole discipline to make this country great again. Let me know what you're thinking. This is the Prepared Suburbanite reminding you to be prepared always and be ready to sacrifice what you've got to make things better. I'll see you all on the next video.